Hello guys, welcome to your Basic 2 English class. I am teacher Ellie and I am so happy and glad to be here with you. Today we are going to check a little review about our previous topics that we were checking in our web classes, okay? So, let's start. But first of all, I would like to announce that this is a recorded video, guys, because as you have seen before, the web is overloaded. What is that, teacher? Okay, that is that everybody is using the internet. Okay, but our team is working for you very enthusiastically. Okay, so let's continue. On the other hand, guys, I would like to say and to remember another situation that is very important to remember. We have, guys, to wash our hands for 20 seconds, guys. This is very important. We have to wash our hands. Then we have to protect ourselves by eating well, enjoying our family, and staying at home, guys. This is very important, guys. Do not forget, okay? So let's start with our review now. Before to start with our review, guys, I would like to say that I was checking your exercises and I noticed that you have some questions, that you have some little doubts about some topics, and that is the reason that we are here, to reinforce that knowledge. Okay, so please pay a lot of attention, and if you have questions, please do not forget that you can send me a message using Gmail. Okay, and if you want to participate giving examples, you can give the examples in the comments of the box comments. Okay, so let's start with our first topic that we checked in our lesson number 1. The first topic that we checked in our lesson number 1 was verb to be in past. Okay, in general, what is the function of the verb to be, guys? We have a lot of functions, but in this case, the principal function of the verb to be is to describe person, describe people, guys. Now, I can say, I am Areli, you are, I don't know, maybe you are Anjoet, we are humans, we are happy, they are, I don't know, they are tall, she's intelligent, and etc, etc. Okay, but that is the verb to be in present. What happens if I want to use verb to be in past? What I have to do, guys? Okay, the principal function of the verb to be in past, of course, is to talk about or to describe people in the past, or that you were in some place in the past. Maybe yesterday, maybe in the morning, we don't know, maybe last night, or etc. Okay, so that is very important to remember what is the verb to be for every personal pronoun. Okay, so the verb to be, guys, for I, what is I? I, she, that is for woman or girl, he, that is for boy or man, and it, that is for animal or objects. These personal pronouns are going to use the verb to be in past. Was, exactly. Do not forget, guys, please do not forget. Do not combine with this other one, guys, please. Remember, was is going to be my verb to be for I, she, he, and it. Do not forget, guys, okay? Now, the verb to be for, the verb to be were is for my personal pronoun, you, that is you, we, and they. Okay, so pronunciation was, pronunciation were. Okay, so I was, she was, he was, it was, you were, we were, they were. Okay, so let's start with our basic structures, guys. In affirmative, we are going to have our subject, our verb to be, depend of our personal pronoun, then my description. Okay, so in affirmative, I want to say, I was in Acapulco last Saturday, for example. I was in Acapulco last Saturday. I can say using she. My grandmother was a singer. My grandmother was in the past a singer. Now she's not a singer, but in the past she was a singer. Okay, now with he. My father was very quiet when he was a baby or when he was a kid. Okay, in the past my father was very quiet. Now he's not quiet anymore, but in the past he was. Okay, now for example, with a personal pronoun for object or animal. Example, my dog. What is the name of my dog? Do you remember? My dog is Godzilla, no? I can say my dog or Godzilla was a little puppy, a little puppy. She was a little puppy, or Godzilla was a little puppy, okay? So, questions about that, about verb to be was? Okay, if you don't have questions, please give me some examples in the box of comments, okay? Now, let's practice with some examples using verb to be were. Example, you were you were kids, very kids. I know that you are kids now, but you were babies. Better, you were babies. Many years ago, you were babies, okay? Now, we can say, we were, for example, we were in the school 1 month ago or last month. We were in the school last month, okay? Now with the other one, with they. They were sad. They were sad yesterday, okay? They were sad yesterday, okay? Now, using question. What do we have to do if I want to make a question, guys? This is very important. What I have to do if I want to make a question using the verb to be in past. The same, guys. If my subject is at the beginning, we have to switch my structure. And I'm going to use first my verb to be, then my subject, and we are going to continue using my description, okay? So, for example, I can say, were you a baby? Were you a baby in the past? Yes, because now you are a kid. You are not a baby anymore. So, you were a baby. Okay? Now using was. Was my grandmother a singer? Yes, my grandmother was remember only one, a singer. Okay? Now, what happened, guys, if I want to make a question, or if I want to make a question and my answer is in negative? What I have to use? My subject, because it's negative. My verb to be, wasn't. Remember pronunciation, wasn't. Okay? Wasn't, guys, is my contraction of the verb to be, was not. Okay? We can say was not, or we can use a contraction, wasn't. Okay? Weren't. Weren't. Pronunciation? Weren't. Exactly. Very good. Weren't, guys, is the contraction of the verb to be were not. Both cases are correct, guys. You can use wasn't or was not, or you can use weren't or were not. Both cases are totally correct. Okay? Now, imagine that I said, was your mother, or for example, was my grandmother a doctor? No, my grandmother wasn't a doctor. She was a singer, okay? Now, if I said, were they sad? Yes, they were sad. Or if I said, were they happy? No, they weren't happy. They were sad. Okay, so let's check a little exercise. Is it correct, guys, if I say my grandmother were an actress? Is correct? Of course no, because remember, my grandmother is she, and the correct verb to be for she is was, guys. So please do not forget, she was. So my grandmother was. Okay, now is it correct if I said Godzilla or my dog were intelligent? Is correct? Of course not. The correct option is my dog or Godzilla was intelligent, because the verb to be was is for it. For it, that is for objects or animals, guys. Thank you. Now, guys, questions or doubts about this topic? Please, guys, if you don't have questions, please give me some examples in the comments, okay? And I'm going to check. Write your name and write your example, okay? Now, let's continue with the topic that is coming in lesson number 2. I'm going to paste this on the wall. And then I'm going to use the other topic that is very important to remember, guys. Okay, guys, the lesson 2 is for past progressive, guys. Okay, what is the function of past progressive, guys? Function of past progressive is to talk about actions. That occurs in a specific moment in the past. Okay, so for example, what is my structure for past progressive, guys? My subject, my verb to be was, my verb to be were, those are for past, and my verb to be in ing. Remember that all my structures that has or that have progressive, we have to use the verb in ing, guys. Always, always, always. So in affirmative, subject, verb to be in past, plus my verb in ing. In question, guys, we have to switch. So first I'm going to start with was and were, then my subject, then my verb to be in my action, in ing. Okay, so was, subject, ing. And in negative, remember that is my sad subject because it's in negative. Okay, so subject plus wasn't, that is the contraction of was not, weren't, that is the contraction of were not, plus my verb in ing. Okay, so for example, talking about an action that I was doing in a specific moment in the past, example, I can say I was, check is my verb in simple form. But if it's in past progressive and if I have my verb to be, I have to add ing. So I was checking your homework yesterday. I was checking your homework yesterday. Okay, another example could be you, because I'm really sure you were play is my verb in simple form, but I have to use, because it's progressive, the ing. So you were playing Fortnite yesterday, because I'm really sure that you were playing Fortnite. Okay, now this is for affirmative. What happened, guys, if I want to make a negative sentence? Imagine that I'm going to say yesterday I wasn't watching a movie. Yesterday I wasn't watching a movie. Another could be we weren't eating hamburgers. We weren't eating hamburgers very sad. Okay. Now, what happened, guys, if I want to make a question? We have to switch. Now, what happened if I ask you, was your mother cooking, I don't know, the dinner yesterday? Was your mother? Cook is my verb in simple form, remember, but if it's progressive, we have to use ing. So, was your mother cooking the dinner yesterday? If it's yes, yes, my mother was cooking the dinner yesterday. Now, if I said, no, my mother wasn't cooking the dinner yesterday, okay? So both cases are a probability of my question, okay? So questions about past progressive, guys. Okay, guys, if you have questions or if you don't have questions, please give me some examples in the comments. And if you have questions, do not forget that you have to send me a message using Gmail. Okay, so let's continue with the other topic, guys. That is very important to reminder. Okay, guys, let's continue with topic that we checked. The topic that we checked today. Today, guys, we checked frequency adverbs. Okay? Frequency adverbs. What is the function of frequency adverbs, guys? Those are going to help me to define or to say the frequency of my actions. For example, I can say always is all the time. Usually, we have a 70% of probability. Often, sometimes 30, seldom 10%, and never is never 0%. Okay, I can say, for example, I always study English. My mother usually dances. My mother usually, not all the time, but usually. My sister often washes the dishes. Okay. My dog sometimes barks in the park, for example. What is barks? This action, woof, woof, that is barks. My dog sometimes barks in the park. Another action that is not usually, guys. I seldom cook. Seldom, guys. Or, for example, my students never what? What do you want? Never play? No, because you play. My students never, what do you think? My students never jump in the bed, for example, maybe. Okay, now what happened, guys, if I want to ask somebody the frequency of something? I'm going to use how often. How often is, for example, how often do you clean your bedroom? How often do you clean your bedroom? Or how often do you study? How often do you play Fortnite? For example, if I said, how often do you play Fortnite? Maybe somebody is going to say, I always play Fortnite. Or you imagine that I said, how often does, because does is for he, she, and it. Remember, does for he, she, and it. Do for I, you, we, and they. Okay, so how often does your mother cook spaghetti? How often, guys? Maybe I can say, my mother often cooks. Remember, we have to add the S or the ES to our verb if we use she, he, or it. My mother often cooks spaghetti. Okay, so remember, the function of my frequency adverbs, of course, is to talk about the frequency of our actions. Do not forget, guys, my subject plus my frequency adverb plus my verb in simple form or my action. If I want to make a question, we are going to use how often plus do or does plus my subject plus my verb in simple form. Okay, so let's continue with the other and our last topic for today. Okay, please guys, if you have questions about these topics, please send me a message using Gmail, or if you don't have questions, please give me some examples. Please do not forget. I'm going to wait for that. Okay, let's continue with our last topic, guys. This is a very important topic because I receive a lot of message about this topic, guys. Okay, I'm going to move just for a moment my camera, guys, in order that you can see my actions. Okay, so yay, past perfect, guys. Some of you guys had some questions about this topic, guys, and I don't know. This is a very easy topic, guys. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of delicious chocolate cake. I promise you. I promise you. So let's start. What is the function of past perfect, guys? What do you imagine? That my past was perfect? Of course not, guys. The function of my past perfect is to talk about previous experiences. When you have the experience in some actions or in some activities, guys, or when you don't have the experience, okay? That is the function of past perfect, guys. When you have the experience doing something or proving something or doing something, guys, or when you don't have the experience in something, okay? So remember, function of past perfect is to talk about previous experiences, okay? Previous experiences. And this is very important, guys. We are going to use for past perfect, guys, my auxiliary had. Always had for past perfect, guys. And had, guys, is going to be for all my subjects. For I, for you, for we, for they, for she, for he, and for it. Do not forget, had is for all my subjects, okay? So let's check my principal structure that is in affirmative. We are going to use our subjects. We can use I, you, we, they, he, she, and it, plus my auxiliary had, no have, had, for past perfect, had, plus, do you remember the verbs in PP form, guys? PP form is similar as past participle, guys. Past participle. We have three kinds of conjugations of the verb, over my actions. We have simple form, we have simple past, and we have past participle, guys. And we have some examples here. That those examples are coming in your book, in your AMCO book. We have three ways to conjugate our verbs: in simple form, in simple past, and in past participle. We have here the abbreviation PP because it's past participle, guys, okay? So, draw, drew, drawn, take, took, taken, catch, caught, hide, hid, hidden, skate, skated, okay, guys? So these are my verbs in PP form, guys. Please, guys. Copy if you want. Check in Google Traductor if you want, as you prefer, guys. I'm going to paste one more time this sheet here in order that you can check in your house, okay? So now let's continue, guys. According with this, one more time. Affirmative subject, auxiliary had for past perfect, and my verb in PP form. Remember, in PP form, that is past participle. What happened, guys, if I want to make a question? Same situation, guys. We have to switch. So we have to use first my auxiliary, that is had, plus my subject, plus my verb in PP form. And at the end of my question mark. Exactly. Very good, guys. Now, what happened if I want to use, or if I want to express something in negative, in past perfect negative? I'm going to use subject plus hadn't. Remember, hadn't. Repeat. Excellent. Very good. Hadn't, guys, is my contraction of had not. Both cases are correct, guys. You can use had not or hadn't. Both cases are totally correct. Plus my verb in PP form, guys. The verb is going to be in the same form in my three structures, guys. So, let's give some examples. For example, in affirmative, if I am going to talk about my previous experience, I'm going to say, I had visited Chiapas. I had visited Chiapas. That is an experience that I have. Okay, I had visited Chiapas before. Another could be, using our examples, drawn. For example, my sister had drawn a butterfly on her notebook. Okay, she has that experience. So that is not new for her. For question, guys, imagine that I said, had you visited Paris? Had you visited Paris? Imagine that you said, yes, teacher, I visited Paris. Okay, what is your answer? Affirmative or negative? If you say yes, affirmative. Yes, I have visited Paris before. Or if your answer is no, you can say, no, I hadn't visited Paris before. Okay, that is in negative, that you don't have that experience. Okay, now let's start. What is the PP form of eat? The simple form of eat is ate. The PP form of eat is eaten. So for example, if I ask you guys, have you eaten iguana? Have you eaten iguana? In my case, no, I hadn't eaten iguana. Or if you have eaten, you can answer, yes, teacher, I had eaten iguana before, guys. Okay, so remember, you can use the subject, all the subjects, your mother, she, he, it, you, we, and they, and I, using our auxiliary had plus my verb in PP form, guys. In negative, we have to switch, then we have to use subject, then my verb in PP form, and at the end of my question mark. And then in negative, guys, subject plus my auxiliary negative, hadn't or had not, both cases are correct, and my verb in PP form. Okay, guys? So please, if you have questions, if you continue having questions, please, guys, do not forget, this topic is going to be checked. We are going to check this topic when we go to the school. Okay, when we go to the school, we are going to check one more time this topic, and maybe you can check your exercises if you are correct or if you're incorrect. Do not, so please don't worry, guys, for that. Okay, or if you have clear now this topic, please give me some examples. Tell me your experiences, your previous experiences. Maybe, for example, I hadn't played Fortnite. I don't have that experience, but you had played Fortnite. You had that experience. You have that experience, and I don't have that experience. Okay, so please, guys, if you have questions about this topic, please, again, guys, please send me a message using Gmail, or if you don't have questions, give me some comments or some examples in the box of comments here. Okay, so guys, guess what? We finished today. That is all for today. If you have questions, you know my email. Please, guys, do not forget that until today, you can deliver your homework, okay? And please do your exercises, okay? So, guys, have a nice day. Take care of you and your family. Wash your hands. And it was a pleasure to be here with you guys. So, please, have a nice day. Enjoy your day. And see you next Friday. Bye.